Hi. That's okay. Okay. Am I close enough or? Okay, hi guys. Let me get the gum out my mouth. I'm here today to film a video about my first term at Cambridge. I'm just gonna give you a quick summary of how I felt everything went. And I think I might do this termly just to kind of let you guys know how it goes and give you termly updates. In terms of vlogging, I was thinking, should I vlog my time at Cambridge? What I was thinking is that there are so many Cambridge vloggers, so many amazing ones at that. So I was thinking, like, if I start vlogging, I won't have like much to add because my life is pretty boring. But if I invest in a vlogging camera, then I might like do weekly vlogs and we'll see how that goes. Hopefully that can be a thing, just so you guys can get a bit of insight into what my time is like literally. This is all completely subjective, so please don't come at me. I'm not speaking for other people's experiences, I'm speaking on my experiences and how I felt, and this might be useful for some of you to just kind of hear behind the scenes. I have completed my first term. I moved on the 27th of September, which is late to some other unis, but early in terms of Cambridge because some colleges moved later than Homerton. So I had quite a bit of time, I think a week. I believe we started on the 5th of October. So I believe I had a week to kind of... After results day, obviously I got great grades and I got into Cambridge. That's amazing. But I didn't behave in a way that you'd expect a student who just got into Cambridge to behave. Like, I suddenly became really like depressed. Yeah, I became really depressed from the period between results day and when I moved. And I think that's just because I just feared not being able to fit in or not being able to adjust to such a socially different environment that it just kind of, not that I was dreading it, but not that I wasn't looking forward to it, but it just, it's not something that I was like screaming about per se. But however, when I did get there, all my worries were literally diminished because in that first week, I met the most amazing people, and I think Homerton is the best place to go through something like that because everyone's just so normal and so nice and friendly. Like, I literally love Homerton and I couldn't ask to be anywhere else because it was a big worry of mine how I'd fit in and how I would be able to communicate with people that are just so different from me. But I feel like someone said this on Cambridge Confessions. Being at Homerton is like going to a really lit uni and getting a Cambridge degree out of it. So Homerton is the place to be. In terms of me being worried about that transition to a completely different space. You know, uni is a completely different stage of your life, and I think I was worried about how I would fit in this elite institution. So yeah, it wasn't too bad in terms of adjusting because everyone was so friendly. Everyone was so friendly. Like, I've met some of the funniest, brightest, most talented people. Like, I love them. Like, it's so amazing. Now I'm going to talk about my expectations of uni life because that also caught me off guard. You hear it all the time. Oh, don't worry about A-levels. By the time you get to first year, you can chill, you can do nothing. First year of uni is just, guys, you hear it all, right? So my expectations of uni were like up here, like freshers week, everything. My expectations were up here. And I think that because my expectations were so high of, you know, being able to socialize a lot, and, you know, socializing is a really big part of uni because you get to interact with people and come across different people like that you've never come across before. So my expectations were up here in terms of, you know, the typical uni life. When I came to Cambridge, those expectations very quickly got shut down, and I realised that going to Cambridge is not typical uni life. The social aspect is always at odds with the academic aspect. In my opinion, it really is like 70% academic, 30% social, and even that you have to be careful because everything is so intense. Everything is so intense to the point where, like, even if you do want to chill with people, like just have a laugh or like watch a film or go out and do something, it's really difficult because everyone has different schedules, everyone has different workloads, and I swear being in the library is like a constant thing. You know how being in the library during exam season was like just during exam season? Literally, I've said so many times in first term that this is literally like exam season but every day, because being in the library is a constant thing. And I think I've found that really difficult to adjust to, because if you're gonna come to Cambridge, Oxbridge, you have to be okay with being alone. You have to be okay with the amount of isolation you're going to face. It's very isolating, and it kind of hit me in the first couple of weeks that, wait a minute, I see people's Snapchats and they're doing this, they're doing that in other unis, and I'm here like literally just the solitude was getting to me, and I'm here on my lonesome staring at books and like having to do work. Like, it really is different. I feel like because I had those expectations so high of a typical uni life that they were really like shut down, and it was hard to adjust to. I'm not saying that you can do absolutely nothing, but I'm just saying that it really is intense. And you know, even to the point where I was meant to have dinner with the people that went to my sixth form. The people that all went to my sixth form and went to Cambridge, we were meant to have dinner. The whole term, that plan didn't happen because it's just so hard to fit everything in 8 compact weeks. You have to fit in work, you have to fit in your social life, and you just have to fit in everything. And if everyone has different schedules, everyone has different workloads, you think you have time and then you turn around and you have a deadline. Literally, it really is difficult to have, you know, the typical uni life, social life. And I think that, you know, that's one of the things that made me feel like, oh my gosh, I could be somewhere else like Warwick, getting a really good degree, but also having a really good social life at the same time. Social life and the isolation really are different. And I don't know, I think that if you have to experience it to properly understand what I'm saying, because I can say this to you now and you're still like, oh my gosh, but it's the best uni in the UK, oh my gosh, but look at the league tables, oh my gosh, but look at this. And my thoughts on that is that there are so many amazing unis, there are so many unis where you can get the best out of the degree you're doing and still get, you know, a healthy balance. I think that's what it is, because obviously everyone's experiences are different, guys. I'm not saying everyone's experience is like this, but from what I've spoken to people about and how I felt, I feel like it's common to feel this way. And obviously it's only first term, and by God's grace it will get better. I know second term's going to get better, and I know it's going to keep getting better, but I'm just trying to tell you that is something that I have experienced and others have experienced in Cambridge. The social side is, it can just be very difficult to adjust to. You will literally be in lectures and literally deep. You'll look around the room and sometimes deep that, wow, I'm the only black person in this lecture. And it is what it is, like, that it is what it is. I think it's an issue in itself when you kind of get excited that, oh my gosh, there are, I think, seven or 8 black people at Homerton. Wow. Homerton has the biggest undergrad community of black students, so everyone's always like, oh my gosh, Homerton has black people. So, but that in itself's worrying. Like, I've spoken to people where it's only maybe 1 or 2 of them at their college, so that's an issue in itself, because yeah, that's an issue in itself. Cambridge itself is like a bubble, and then because I'm at Homerton, it's even like a further bubble, so it can literally be claustrophobic. I think for the first like 5 weeks, that's how I felt. Like it was just claustrophobic, and yeah, you know, it's its own place, if that makes sense. The work is intense. Intensity is Cambridge, and Cambridge is intensity. That's what it is. And sometimes you have the feeling, but this is what I signed up for. But it kind of catches you off guard because you don't picture it, or you don't know that it's going to be that intense until you get there. And I know I've spoken to so many people that struggle with it, that, you know, wonder if it's the place for them. And it is hard to witness. Obviously, I get through it because I've been so fortunate enough, as you have seen in my why year 12 isn't useless video. I went to 3 summer schools, 2 in Cambridge and 1 in Eton. About 19 or 20 of us from the Eton College Summer School ended up in Cambridge. So I'm familiar with people, and I have friends from different colleges, and I get out a lot, and I just try as much as possible to socialize and interact with different people. So I'm fortunate in that respect, but I know not everyone is, and it can be very isolating. But I think that's what makes the community even better, is that, you know, sometimes you'll go days without interacting with people because your head's down, and you're just in your room, or you've been in the library constantly. And then when you get to see someone in the corridor that you haven't seen in a while, you get to, you know, catch up and talk to them. So it makes everyone kind of more sociable, if that makes sense. One of the things I had to bear in mind was that going to Oxbridge is a unique uni life in itself. I mean, how many people can say that they have formal dinners every week? Weekly there are formal dinners. I've been to formal dinners at my college, I've been to formal dinners at King's College and other colleges. And, you know, sometimes you deep it and you're like, wow, I'm having formal dinner, why? And that's how I felt one day. I was riding my bike through Cambridge, I was going to lectures. And I actually was like, wow, like, it's a dream come true. I'm riding my bike through Cambridge. This is just so funny. And like seeing people running in their gowns, and it's just such an amazing thing in itself. It's such an amazing life in itself. I also never pictured myself one day wearing a gown. Like literally, I own a gown and using words like matriculation. So in itself, Oxbridge, it does offer a unique uni life. And I mean, the Union, I had the opportunity to see Monroe Bergdorf and the president of Ghana at the Union, which was amazing. Like, that doesn't happen often. How many people have seen presidents speak or said hi to a president? And Stephen Hawking came to the Union, and Caitlyn Jenner, and they always have amazing guests. So I always try to remind myself that I'm in a particularly unique environment, which kind of counters the fact that I'm not getting the uni life I expected to get, if that makes sense. So I'm now going to discuss my favourite aspect, which has been the academic side. So I just think that I could be in no better place to study English. Cambridge and studying English has been a long time dream of mine, as you know, and I think it's just such an amazing institution, and you are paying £9,250. So despite all the things I said about the social side, I am here to get a degree, and I think that I will get the most out of it because it is really an amazing place to study and to be. And I'm so grateful that I'm there, because it's just like getting to study in the institution that some of your favourite writers got to attend is just so amazing. And I mean, the content, and even though the workload is heavy, I mean, a new book every week, practical criticism, my supervisor speaking to me in Latin and I have no idea what they're saying, lectures and all of that, like the workload is so full and the life is very hectic, but I love it. Like sometimes if I've had such a bad week, the only thing that would make that week better is the fact that I had a really good supervision and talked about a book and it went really well, and I liked the discussion, and or the fact that I'm doing an essay on blackness, or the fact that I'm looking at something particular. I mean, some of my happiest moments have been in the library when I'm just like, I just realised how much I love the subject and how much I love what I'm doing. And I think that's what saved it for me. And that's what makes it, that's why I'm here. And at the end of the day, that's the most important aspect, that I'm enjoying the academic side. And yeah, I couldn't have asked for anything else. There is no spec, and there's nothing more that I miss than a spec, because a spec like literally just tells you what you need to do. That's something I have to adjust to, and I really want to get better at my essay writing. But like I said, it is first term, there is time, and I know in Jesus' name things will get better, and I just look forward to all the things I get to learn. Like, so all in all, by God's grace, first term was okay. It is what it is. It was okay, and I think second term will get even better. Obviously, some sad moments. My phone got stolen. I spilled water in my laptop, and I cracked my iPod, and my bike. Oh my gosh, guys, if you're gonna buy a bike, don't buy it from Halfords, because I went through hell and it stressed me so much. That is my first term at Cambridge, and I hope that you enjoyed that and it was informative, or you learned something from it. Let me know what you think, and yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you later. Bye.